Hi, in this lesson we need to finish off all the work in theme 1. We've looked at some of the big ideas in geology: uniformitarianism, geological time, catastrophism and gradualism, and now we need to put those into practice just to wrap up this theme. So you're going to need your theme 1 booklets. Okay, let's go. Our first job is to review this important idea of the rock cycle. The connections between these different geological processes, and as a result, the rocks or the geological products that result, is absolutely crucial. So we need to be really familiar with each part of this cycle. So, for the first part of today's lesson, what I'd like you to do is, using your knowledge of the rock cycle, I'd like you to translate this Welsh version of it. This is the image that's up at the back of C1F. I'd like you to translate all of these terms for me. But I'd like you to use your knowledge of the geology. It's your knowledge of the rock cycle that will help you interpret what these words mean, not your knowledge of Welsh. You're going to struggle to find some of these words in a Welsh dictionary. Attached to this lesson, there's a list of English terms to use, but see if you can work those out. Once you have, can you then work out if those, for the processes, not the rock types, but the processes, are catastrophic or gradual? Put those together and see what you come up with, see what you can work out. Once we've done that, we need to go back to what's in a word. We're now geological experts. We now have a good idea, or we should have a good idea, of what each of these terms mean. So check your definitions. Do they need improving? Can you tighten up those definitions a little bit? Or is your definition now good enough and you can just draw an arrow right to the end? Okay, so press pause now and have a go at that. See what you come up with. Okay then, let's see what you've found for this translation. So this is the diagram that we're trying to interpret, and the one that we should be able to work out what these terms are from our understanding of geology. So let's have a look at the words. So this is the table that you have in the homework section of theme 1. I apologise for my Welsh pronunciation. Let's see how it goes. So claddu means burial. Claddu dyfn, deep burial. Codi adinothi is uplift and faulting. Creigiau gwaddodd are sedimentary rocks. Creigiau gneithiad, igneous rocks. Creigiau gneithiad volcanic, I really like that word, that is volcanic igneous rocks. Creigiau gneithiad meunthiol, apologies, intrusive igneous rocks. Creigiau metamorphig, I suppose that makes sense, that's metamorphic rocks. Crisialw, crystallization. Dyddoddiad, deposition. Echdoriad, eruption. Eridiad, erosion. Gwadodion are sediments. Gwres y physiau, heat and pressure. Gylchred greu is the rock cycle. Hydrulio is weathering. Lithificadio is lithification, honest. Magma, easy one to sort out, means magma. Munuthiad is intrusion. Trasgludo is transport. And finally, toddi is melting. So those are all the English terms for our rock cycle. Now, don't worry about the different rock types. So igneous rock, sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock, sediments, that type of thing. Think about the processes, the things that actually change these rocks. Are they catastrophic or gradual? Which of those two terms appears most often in that column? What does that tell us about the rock cycle? Have a think about that. Okay, I also asked you about, or to complete what's in a word. So let's just quickly go through what the words mean. We have catastrophic, which means a very sudden event, one that happens in a short period of geological time, like the eruption of this volcano. Gradual, on the other hand, means a process that takes a long time. It'll happen slowly, little bit by little bit, like, for example, the erosion of rock at this waterfall. Igneous is rock that forms from melting, where we have hot molten rock crystallizing to make, or to solidify, to become a rock. Metamorphic is where we have a rock that's changed by heat and pressure. Like this rock here, which you can see has been formed into bands that have then been deformed. The rock cycle are the connections between geological processes, how one rock can change into another. Sedimentary rock is a rock that's made of recycled rock, fragments of pre-existing rock, like the pebbles that you can see cemented together to make this particular example. Uniformitarianism, as suggested by James Hutton here, is the idea that the processes that are happening today are the same ones that happened in the past. So we can interpret ancient rocks. So, the sun can now set on theme 1. We should now have completed the whole booklet. What we need to do now is move on. We need to start applying some of these big ideas of geology to our interpretation of different planets. We need to look at the Earth, we need to look at the Moon, and we need to look at Mars. But that's for another lesson. I'll see you then.